This podcast is brought to you by the Down the Middle podcast and by the Foundation for World Harmony.
Come with me to discover the transformative power of kindness and the joy it brings. Join me as we explore every Monday morning simple yet profound ways to elevate your happiness, one gesture at a time.
Wow, fantastic baby dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. Fantastic baby.
Fantastic day to one and all. I hope your last week was a happy week. I hope you're happy today. And if not, after watching these next two interviews and my cooking episode, I think you'll be happier. You know, that's what we're here for, to be happy. This is the complete guide to happiness, episode number 12. And I've had some fantastic interviews. I'm just so happy to have this community of now 10,100 ambassadors of kindness around the world, and now in 144 countries. Because the Equatorial Guinea was the last one to join. So it's all about happiness. You've got to make yourself happy. I'm going to try. I could lead you to the way, but you've got to decide for yourself that you're going to be happy. And so I've got to start. I've got a few quotes. This one is from Wiz Khalifa. I have no idea who that is, but he's obviously someone of note. And you don't need too many people to be happy, just a few real ones who appreciate you for who you are. And you've got to love yourself first and foremost if you're going to be happy. You've got to love yourself, respect yourself. If you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? And without love, it's going to be tough to be happy, I think. Ellen DeGeneres said, the key to happiness is being happy by yourself and for yourself. To the same note. So stay tuned for these two fantastic interviews. Okafor is our director in Nigeria, and Mohammed is our new director in Pakistan. Now, the goal to spread happiness throughout the world is to tell everyone about kindness, because kindness leads to happiness. The 3 commitments to kindness solve all mankind's problems. The first, hardest, most important is be kind to yourself. Second, be kind to all others. It's the golden rule. And third, be kind to Mother Earth. And if we all follow those 3 commitments, it's going to be a happy place, like McDonald's, the happy place to go to. So, you know, these podcasts and my 2,100 videos on Be Fantastic YouTube are never scripted. It's me talking from the heart. Sometimes I'll repeat myself. I apologize for that, but it's just, I'm just one guy in 8 billion that has a plan, because I'm upset with the insanity of humanity, and it's leading us down a path of greed. It's all about greed, and it's a shame that greed is destroying the world. It's greed is profitable. It creates wars. Wars are profitable. Poverty is profitable. Diabetes is profitable. Cancer is profitable. COVID was profitable. There's a lot of things that are profitable, but they're not good for mankind. So this guide to happiness might change a few people's lives, might open their eyes to how important kindness is. This last week, I released the kindness class curriculum, which I'm asking children, parents, teachers, anyone that wants to help to read read the curriculum to a group, to the class. Of course, the Global Kindness Pledge will change the world. Repeat after me. I pledge to be kind to and love myself. You feel the power of that, power of words. Words matter. Words can make you happy. Words can make you sad. I pledge to be kind to and strive to love all others. Second commitment. I pledge to be kind to, love, and respect our Mother Earth. We are all fantastic. You are fantastic. I am fantastic. Let's make a fantastic world. Like, subscribe, and share to this program. The interviews are off the chart. They're all ambassadors of kindness that you'll be meeting on this podcast. And I invite you to be on this podcast. We all have a great story. We all have a fantastic story. And sharing is caring, caring is kindness, kindness leads to happiness. And this is the complete guide to happiness. So I hope you're doing things that make you happy, first and foremost. And you'd be surprised, making you happy will make other people happy, because can't make anyone else happy unless you're happy. Does that make any sense? Am I making any sense? Am I getting through to you? So without further ado, let's meet our two interviews for the day. Not everyone gets my mission, the kindness revolution. But when they do, like Mohammed and Okafor and many, many, many others, they become an admin, and then from admin they become a director, and from director, sorry about that. Let me. How do you stop this thing? That's live for you. Anyway, I will. Oh, that's Emmanuel Tolman. Okay, so let's not take that right now. Let's get to the show. That's what you're here for. So stay tuned for some cooking and some great interviews. I've got a guest here with a fantastic smile. His name is Okafor, and he's coming live from Enugu, Nigeria. What's happening in Enugu, my friend?
Oh, it's amazing. Everywhere is cool. Just that our politicians are really not trying at all.
Okay.
Our leaders are bad.
So you're in Nigeria, which is one of the biggest economies in the world.
Oh, they are the biggest economy, but we are suffering.
We're all suffering, my friend. Okay, so my first question to you as my guest is, how do you define happiness?
Happiness is a choice. It's a personal journey. Happiness has to do with loving yourself despite the hurdles around you. Making a choice to be who you are. Be kind to yourself. Just be fantastic. That is happiness. It's a choice.
And what did you do today to be happy?
Oh, I do what I love.
That's fantastic. So, we have an audience that are watching, and this is the complete guide to happiness. So, I guess what makes you happy is you're an entrepreneur, which is a fantastic thing to be, because very creative entrepreneurs don't have fear. They tackle things and they love things. Well, tell us about being an entrepreneur in Enugu.
Yeah, I will speak being an entrepreneur practically. It's not easy. Being a young entrepreneur is a challenging one. I began as an entrepreneur when I was 19 years. It wasn't easy, no background, no finance, no funding, only my vision and my dreams that kept me going. Despite all the hurdles, I told myself, I'm gonna go there. It's not easy being an entrepreneur in our environment, whereby accessing funding for your dreams is extremely difficult. So, but with tenacity, with persistency, I kept going to this level. Today, my company is global. We're still growing, but we are not where we used to be. There is a lot of difference.
So tell us about your company and your passion.
Okay, my passion, I love to teach. I love teaching. I love to be kind. I am empathetic. I love to see people smile. I want them to become happy. I want to see them to become successful. So I started my company name. The name of my company is GCDC, which means Global Changers Development Communication Nigeria Limited. It's a legitimate company, is incorporated here in Nigeria. It's a limited liability company. And then we offer people the right knowledge they need to excel. It is an interesting company, the company of the 21st and the 22nd century. The company that are there to provide people with the right knowledge. You know, AI is improving on a daily basis. Robots is increasing, and the more robots increase, that shows you that human power is going to decrease. So that's bounce a pressure in some people to develop, to innovate, to think outside the box. If you want to become valuable in the future, you've got to have something to offer. And people don't have this knowledge. So in GCDC, we want to make sure that people have the right knowledge they need to excel. We also offer book writing and publication. We love authors. We want to help authors to author more books.
It's a nice thing to be able to share your knowledge, and that's in writing books, in making videos and doing what I'm doing, spreading the 3 commitments to kindness. So take us through what an author would do, because I have a few people, including myself, that want to publish another book or a book. What's the process?
Of writing a book?
To publish a book. I've written a book. What do I do now?
Thank you. Is the book written? That is the first thing.
Yes.
Is it written already?
Well, I sent you my book.
Okay. Now, to publish your book, we need an ISBN number. ISBN number, you are going to provide it there in US. You're going to go to the library and apply for ISBN number. Now, with this, your ISBN number will help you and publish your book for you. If you want the physical copy, no problem. If you want the PDF, no problem. But the most important thing is the ISBN number. It's very important.
Right. That's how they track it.
Over there. You said?
That's how they track the book, the ISBN number, or sell the book.
You're going to provide it there in US, send it to us. We can insert it in the book for you. We'll help you and arrange chapters by chapters, make it more professional, more amazing, more fantastic to read.
Right.
And then we can help you and publish it on Amazon, on eBay, and other ones. It's not costly.
Great. So a lot of people, as a philosopher, I always say the more you know, the easier your life is, and the more valuable you are to others. You have a skill set, you know about publishing, and you're helping people attain their dreams on sharing their knowledge in a book. That's fantastic. And your books, do you have a specialty niche? Fiction, nonfiction?
Every book, both fiction and nonfiction, magazine, journal, any book at all, we do that.
So you must be a reader. What kind of books do you like to read?
Oh man, I read versatile books. I read a lot. I've read over 400 books.
That's a lot of books. Oh, you read them online mostly?
No. I bought them.
Bought them?
I bought them. I have a library.
So you have a library. That's fantastic.
Yes.
What's your native language in Nigeria?
I'm Igbo in Nigeria. I'm Igbo.
Igbo. That's the language.
Yes.
So you read the books in Igbo?
No. I read in English and Igbo as well.
Tell me about your city, Enugu. What is it famous for?
Enugu is known for business. We have raw materials. We have natural materials. We have gold. We have coal. We have fuel over there. So we have raw materials there. So people come out to mine these raw materials, for something important. It's just for business. It's practically business there.
Well, I want to visit Africa. Today I heard it's very difficult and expensive to get visas. Is this true?
It's true because of the new presidency. It's making things difficult. A lot of reshuffling in the system. A lot of policies, new policies are coming on board, making things frustrating. But no matter what, we are unstoppable.
Well, I need to get to the president and get permission to tour Nigeria and talk to the schools about kindness, talk to the churches if you want, talk to the people because we need more kindness in the world, as you know.
Yeah, when you are coming to Nigeria, we are gonna meet face to face. It's going
But
to be an amazing opportunity to meet with you.
I have to get a visa.
Yes. I will make some inquiries on how to get a visa from there to here.
Okay.
Then I'll get back to you on WhatsApp.
Tell them it's to Nigeria's advantage that I visit Nigeria.
It's gonna be a lot of advantage.
As you know, we have over 10,000 ambassadors of kindness. Your ambassador 9848, you joined recently. What are you getting from our philosophy, our kindness revolution?
I've gotten a lot. I've gotten a lot. It's immeasurable. I've gotten a lot. My thinking has expanded. My thought has increased, and sooner my net worth will also increase.
Right.
Yes.
And I would hope that if our current director in Nigeria doesn't fulfill his obligation to expand the presence in Nigeria, I would hope that one day you might be the director in Nigeria. Right now, you're helping out. I noticed today you sent a couple different groups. You're in like, what, 8 different groups of ours?
Yes, you are.
We need a city in Nigeria, we need every city to have a WhatsApp group.
Yes, it's possible. It's possible. But it's not gonna work overnight because Nigeria is very much populated. Nigeria have 36 states, and each of these states has local government under them. So each of the states in Nigeria has millions of people living inside. Nigeria is a country with over 210 million people inside.
Well,
So it's a large.
unfortunately, Nigeria has a bad reputation, at least in America, because of the scammers. And my hopes are that when I tour Nigeria, I'll show how beautiful the country is. I'll show how beautiful the people are. And they have scammers in America too. They have criminals all around the world. And if people just follow the 3 commitments, we won't have lying, stealing, cheating, arguing, fighting, bullying, killing, wars, violence, pollution, all the bad things man does. So I love the fact that a lot of people don't get it, the Be Fantastic philosophy as quickly as you did. And maybe I'm explaining it better because a lot of people are really getting involved. We're not asking for money. We're not, all we're doing, and that's the problem with it because it's free. People don't respect free. So I'm on a mission for a kinder world. And the more people like you, Okafor, that understand the importance of kindness, the better the world will be. And if we can publish this book together, I've got the book cover, by the way. I don't know if I showed it to you. Here's the backstory real quick. So basically, I was Santa Claus about 5 years ago for my grandkids. And some companies saw me and they hired me and paid me a lot of money to be Santa Claus. I don't do things for money, but it was very, very rewarding because when you're a Santa Claus, you're like God. I mean, the kids love you, everyone else respects you, and it's really phenomenal. So my accountant said, why don't you write a book called How to Be a Good Santa? Well, as you know, I don't like the word good. I think everyone should replace the word good with fantastic because it's got more energy, more positivity, more kindness, more love in it. So I write, the book cover is called How to Be a Fantastic Santa Claus, but Santa's crossed off and it says person. Because I don't know if you're a father or not, but all the fathers in the world are Santa Clauses because they're giving gifts to their children at Christmas. So it's a what do you call it? What's the word for it? Analogy. You know, we have Santa in us. So I think the book could be I know the book will be very helpful if people read it. How much have you read of it so far?
I've read 40 pages. 40 pages.
400 pages?
40, 40.
40 pages. Okay, well
Yeah, 40
that's 10% of the book.
Last night, just last night, I read 40 pages.
Okay, so keep this in mind. Um, when you're reading the book, imagine this. As you know, every day I put out motivational quotes, right? You like them, right? From
I
famous
love
people.
them.
I like to see if every page or every other page has a little box inside and has one of the quotes from Abraham Lincoln or Marcus Aurelius or those famous people. So I'd like to see a lot of those quotes in the book as well, because the book is all about positivity, being kind to yourself, being kind to others, being kind to Mother Earth. If everyone does all that, they're fantastic people.
Yes,
And I
yes,
don't know if you know
yes.
it, Gopher, but fantastic is defined in the dictionary as unimaginably great and beautiful. So, as
Unimaginable.
an example, you're not a good publisher. You're a fantastic publisher. You know,
Oh, yeah,
the
I love that.
word,
Thank you, thank
the
you, thank
word,
you, thank you,
throw away
thank
the
you.
word good, everybody. Anyone who's listening, throw away the word good and replace it with fantastic. It makes you smile, which releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin. The smile makes you look and feel fantastic. It's an
You're right.
amazing word. And I
Yeah.
have now what's called, I don't know if you saw it or not, I call it the Fantastic Challenge. Everyone listening, for the next 30 days, 3 times a day, out loud, say, I am fantastic. It's called manifestation. Now, conversely, you can say out loud 3 times a day, I'm a loser, and that's what you'll be. Because it's called manifestation. If you say you're fantastic, if you say you're beautiful, if you say you're happy, if you say you're incredible, you will be those things. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah.
trying to get people to do. So I want you as well, Kofer, 3 times a day, say, I am fantastic. Try it right now.
I'm fantastic.
See how it feels?
I am
I
fantastic. I
know.
am
You
fantastic.
are
That is amazing.
fantastic.
That is amazing. That is
And now
amazing.
another thing to cover, very important in these groups that you're sharing information, we've got to try to get to the children to recite the Global Kindness Pledge. Now, repeat after me. I pledge to be kind to
I pledge to be kind to you
and love myself.
and love myself.
I pledge to be kind to
I pledge to be kind to
and strive to love all
and
others.
try to love everyone
That's
others.
right. I pledge to be kind to,
I pledge to be kind to
love and respect our Mother Earth.
love and respect our Mother Earth.
We are all fantastic.
We are all fantastic.
You are fantastic.
You are fantastic.
I am fantastic.
I am fantastic.
Do you feel the power of that?
Yeah,
It's
I
not
do.
political. It's not
No,
commercial. It's
I feel
not
special.
religious. And if all the children repeat that every day in the mirror or at class, in class it's really great because it spreads energy. It builds camaraderie, right? The world will be a better place because they're believing in themselves, self-confidence. They're being kind to others, which is the golden rule. Be kind to all others. Treat people like you want to be treated. And if they stop littering and polluting and using less and buying less, we might curb the problem we're having with the global climate. The three
You're right.
commitments have to, in this book that you're going to help me with, has to be really come out strong because that's the essence of the book, the 3 commitments to kindness. To be a fantastic person is to follow the 3 commitments to kindness, which I'm calling, as you know now, the kindness revolution. We are, you and me and all your people in your groups are the kindness revolution.
Of course, some of them, the good news I have. Some people chat me privately and say, Mr. Franklin, this is amazing. The philosophy is interesting. I was like, wow. Some volunteer to be an admin. I don't know if they chat you. They say, I'm going to be an admin to this fantastic philosophy. I love it. Some of them chat me and say, wow, that thank you for adding me to this group. Thank you for adding me to this group. I said, thanks to Dr. Fantastic. He's the founder. He's a great man.
Well, a lot of people don't get it, and that's okay. We can't, a lot of people aren't educated, but I want to hear people say, like you, how can I help? Because a lot of the poor people, a lot of the ignorant people, they'll actually say, what's in it for me to be part of this organization, to be kind? And to me, that's a crazy question, because if you don't realize that being kind to others comes back at you multifold,
yes,
I think threefold, then you're just, well, you're not going to be part of our community, that's for sure. So we're building a community, and Nigeria has millions of people, and the world has billions of people. So once, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a single step. So one step at a time, one person at a time. Today we are at 10,094. Probably by the end of the day, we'll be at 10,100. One person at a time. Some people get in and they say, that's not for me, or they don't have the bandwidth, or they just, whatever. We can't help everybody, Okafor. We can't help everybody. Not everybody's going to read my book. Not everybody's going to read your books, obviously. But we can just keep trying. Keep trying to be kind.
They need a fantastic philosophy. You know the truth?
Tell me the truth. Tell me.
My Smiro says our world need to be fantastic. My Smiro says our world need to be fantastic. And if our leaders can have this fantastic philosophy, it will help in the politics. It will help in the government.
I know. So, one day, hopefully one day soon, maybe a celebrity gets a hold of this and wants to help. Maybe a politician gets a hold of this. It's basically the world's best kept secret right now, because 10,000 people, or actually probably, I would say probably about 300,000 people know of it, but only 10,000 are ambassadors that are in groups. And a lot of people, you don't have to have a phone to be in the group. We have over 300 in Uganda. We have over 300 orphans. They don't have phones, but they're following the 3 commitments to kindness. So they're on the list. Everyone who's an ambassador gets on worldkindnesslist.com. And on that website are videos explaining how to be kind to yourself, how to be kind to others, how to be kind to the planet. And I could talk for hours on all those 3 subjects. And one of the things being kind to yourself, reading, educating yourself. Education is free. It's the internet.
Ooh.
And people think they have to go to a college to get a degree. By the way, everyone listening, and you too, Okafor, I don't know if you saw my post on e-learning. One of my ambassadors in Egypt created a platform called e-learning. And you don't need to have gone to college. You don't need a degree. All you need is an expertise in what you're good at or what you're fantastic at. Now, if you can actually, and it doesn't cost anything to join. It's a rev share. You charge by a class. You can have a structured videos, or you can do it live. I think I'm going to do mine live coaching. And they take a little piece of it, and the students don't only pay for what they're taking classes on. It's a brilliant platform. It's called e-learning. And maybe I'll put a link here in the description, but it's available to, what I'm trying to do is help all my ambassadors. I'm going to try to help you as a publisher, because you're in business. It's a fantastic group. I try to help everybody. And we have lots and lots of NGOs and charities in the organization. They're all listed at the foundationforworldharmony.org. And, we just got to keep plugging away and telling people, be kind. Those 2 words save the planet.
Be kind, be kind, be kind. That's amazing.
How do you say be kind in Igbo?
In Igbo? Can you
Yeah.
speak it up?
In Hebrew, how do you say it?
Okay. Dịrị ọfụma. Dịrị
Durofama?
ọfụma.
Huh?
Dịrị ọfụma.
Dili Ofama.
Yes.
Dili Ofama.
Yes.
Okay. You know, the more you know, the easier your life is, and the more
Yeah.
valuable you'll be to others. So read
Yeah.
books, write books. Um,
Educate others.
yeah.
Educate others. You know, many people are ignorant.
Yes.
Many
Uh,
people.
yes. You know what I call it? I call it the insanity of humanity. People
Mm.
are, you know, we have lots of fancy machines, spaceships, space stations, technologies, but the essence of life we're missing out on because there's too much greed in the world. Greed causes wars. Greed
I
was,
want to, I want to share a story with you.
yes, please.
I read a book, Zero to One. Zero to One. The author is Peter Thiel, the founder of LinkedIn and PayPal. On the pages of the book, the man says, the essence of humanity is missing. Technologies are coming up on a daily basis, but there is only one thing that is still missing, and that is the impactation of humanity. That humanity am lacking in knowledge. So companies that will be established on that will last long. They won't be affected by the growth of AI. I say, wow, that's amazing. And you are saying the same thing here. James Allen have said it. If you read From Poverty to Prosperity, or As a Man Thinketh, he says it. The insanity of humanity, because many people don't know what they're supposed to know.
Exactly.
They don't
There's,
know.
I ask people to be curious. Just want to know how everything works, want to know what's going on. I think it's important. So today I looked up a quote about kindness um, from Africa. And there's a famous saying in Africa that goes like this: a person is a person because of other people. Have you ever heard of that quote in Africa?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've heard about it.
What do you know about that quote? That's interesting to me.
Because of other people. If there is no other, there won't be a prison. Two things is involved. Two things: the prisoner and the person in the prison. The prisoner is ignorant. That is what makes him to be there. The person who is the master don't want the prisoner to know what he need to know, because his knowledge will leverage from that prison.
Right, exactly.
You get it? So a prison is prison because of other people. Because of other people. And this my company, one of our goals in this company is to liberate people from slavery, mental slavery, emotional slavery, and otherwise. Many people are under slavery, knowingly and unknowingly.
I agree completely.
Thank
And
you.
it's the greed that keeps humanity enslaved. Greed.
Mm.
It's a
Greed.
horrible, horrible thing. I think it's the worst word in the world. It's the worst. It's the worst thing that mankind does is to be greedy. It's horrible.
The worst. You're right. The worst thing. I agree with you.
And fantastic's the best word.
Yeah. You know, if you are fantastic, you will not think of greediness.
Exactly. So here's one of my sayings. I
It,
don't know if you heard this or not. Fantastic people don't lie, steal, cheat, fight, or kill. You can agree with that. But if you
of
must
course,
lie, lie next to someone that you love. If you must steal, steal away from bad company. If you must cheat, cheat death. If you must fight, fight tyranny. And if you must kill, kill a bad habit. That's the only time you should lie, steal, cheat, fight, or kill.
wow. I'm empowered today. I'm empowered.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Empower the world to follow two words. Two words save humanity from what I call the insanity of humanity. I thought I coined it, but probably didn't. And that's be kind. Two simple words. But we have the Ten Commandments. We have a lot of religious people out there, and most can't remember the Ten Commandments. So my theory is if you can't remember 10 commandments, what good are 10 commandments? But the 10 commandments fit into the three commitments. The Four Agreements, which is a really big book, you should read the book if you haven't read it. It's a very old book, it's in 40 languages. It's called The Four Agreements. The Four Agreements fit into the three commitments. The three commitments are simple but profound, cover everything of man's ills. I mean, cures all man's ills, but it covers all the problems. Those three commitments cover all the problems.
Absolutely correct.
So I need a lot more people like you. Now, I hope you can encourage other people to be admin in their groups, because an admin, all they're asked to do is invite people in. If they like what we're doing, they can become an ambassador of kindness. If they like being an ambassador of kindness, they can be an admin and help grow the group. Now, people like you that are probably getting it really maybe more than Schwab is getting it, can be what's called a director in their country. And the voice, because I can't be the voice to 195 countries. I am the voice to 195 countries, but I need someone local in each country, the go-to guy. In other words, once you understand the complete power of the three commitments, the global kindness pledge, the kindness revolution, once you understand it completely, you're the voice of Be Fantastic in Nigeria. And I hope that happens, because this will help your publishing career, by the way. When you have, let's say, 1 million Nigerians as ambassadors in all the groups, let's say we have 30, 40 groups in Nigeria that are following the philosophy, it's going to help your publishing, because you're not going to say, hire me as a publisher. You're just going to say kind words and say, I am a publisher. You don't want to push people to buy from you. You want to say, I'm a good person, I'm a kind person, I'm the director in Nigeria, and I also have a publishing company, and I'm an entrepreneur. Right, you know what I'm saying? And people, they just don't get salesmanship. When you're a salesman, you're not selling a product or a service. You're selling a relationship. So anyone who's going to hire your services isn't hiring you as a publisher. They're hiring you as a relationship that maybe will be 10 books in the future. But when you push people, buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing, like everyone's doing all over the internet, to me, that's not cool. You should put a kind quote out and saying, here's a quote of the day, and by the way, I'm a mechanic, or whatever you are, right? People will like you if you're doing kind things. So I want you to keep doing what you're doing in Enugu. And what are the other groups you're in there? You're in
Taraba.
Taraba. Well, I'm going to put you in a couple. We have a lot of groups in Nigeria. I have to look them up. I think they are.
You put me already in Abuja.
Yeah,
in
we're
Lagos,
we're in Nairobi, Kano, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Lagos, Ibadan, Gombe, and Denon, I think, or Benin. So we're in all those groups. And as a director, you create a community with all those groups. So when you forward our daily quote, it goes to all of them at once. So it's 5 seconds a day as a director. But as a director, you want to encourage admin to get excited and add their family, their friends, their neighbors, their associates, the people they know. And you can invite anyone from anywhere in the world to a group in hopes that they'll love what we're doing and want to be an admin in their group. Follow me?
All right.
It's a mission, my friend. We have a long way to go.
I'm committed, I'm dedicated, I'm ready, and I'm willing.
Okay, read more of my book. Let me know how you want to proceed, or how we can proceed. And unfortunately, I don't think we can get out for Christmas. It's really a Christmas book, because when you see the cover, it's me as Santa. But I was hoping to get it out for Christmas, but maybe in an ebook we can. I don't know. Let me know. It's a great
If
Christmas
it's
gift.
possible, it can be done before Christmas. It can be done before Christmas.
Well, that would be great. Let's
It can be
partner.
done. It can be done. In fact, I'll proceed with it today. Let me see how to arrange the book for you. Do the cover page, both the cover, the back cover and the front cover page.
Yeah, I have
I'll
both
forward it to
those
you.
someplace.
It's possible before December. It's possible.
Okay, let's work on it. Keep up being an ambassador. I'm so happy to have you on board. Thank you so much. We'll talk offline or online, whatever you call it. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you very much. It's my
And
pleasure.
I'll talk to you in a bit.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir.
How's it going, everybody? It's Jake from the Down the Middle podcast, and I want to take a quick moment to invite you to check out our show, which airs every other Thursday at 8:30 p.m. on YouTube. If you love pro wrestling, you're definitely going to want to check this out. We talk about the latest in pro wrestling.
AEW's pay-per-views are rough, man. And it's obvious, like, Tony Khan is booking for Tony Khan, and it's obvious because Tony Khan has clinical freaking ADHD, but the kind where, like, you can hyper-focus on the thing you love, and he's like, I legitimately want to watch wrestling for 7 hours. It's like, Tony.
Now everybody else does.
Hardly
Go
anybody else
Yeah.
does.
We talk about some of our favorite things in pro wrestling.
One of the best promos ever. Like, can we just say, like, I had fucking goosebumps. And here's the thing, I know it's a work, but I'm watching that and I'm like, I think MJF might have duped somebody.
And we have a hot take here and there, too.
Nothing against Riho. It's just like, do you think the audience is fucking stupid? Riho weighs 98 pounds.
The vast majority of great moments in professional wrestling have nothing to do with the move. Don't get me wrong, the moves are part of it. Cena's like, I don't even remember how I won. Everybody remembers this.
But the best part about our show is that you are part of the conversation. So check out the show and join in the fun.
Well, everyone, I'm glad to have our second interview today with Mohammed from Halapur, Pakistan. Is that correct?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm from Haripur, Pakistan.
Mohammed, he's an undergraduate student in linguistics, and he's ambassador number 7,423. And he finally, I don't know, finally, or he got it before and I just didn't hear about it, but he finally got the message, the mission, the kindness revolution, and he is going to hit the ground running in Pakistan. Welcome to the complete guide to happiness. And isn't that what we're here for, Mohammed, to be happy?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much. And I'm so happy and delighted to be here. And it's my privilege. And the three commandments which you just shared, I think I was just thinking about all these three commandments. And I got a sense of purpose and a sense of realization that the three commandments of Doctor is fantastic. If we just meditate over these things, if we just try to think about all these things, all these three commandments can solve our problems. And I think these are very fundamental. And these are just basic tenets and very fundamental to humanity, human purpose, and essence of human life. So I think if we can integrate all these three commandments within our lives, so our world and our planet becomes a wonderful place to live.
Well, I agree completely, of course. And this is my mission in life, to make it a kinder world, because there's a lot of problems. But I think words matter, and words affect water, and we are 85% water. But you're using the word commandment, and I call it commitments, which is an agreement to be kind to yourself, an agreement to be kind to others, an agreement to be kind to our Mother Earth, our planet, our environment. So I'm not sure if commandment is the right word. They have the 10 commandments in the Christian belief, but I believe it's three commitments to kindness. So I'll correct you on that, absolutely. But that's fine. I mean, you got the right sentiment. You're obviously on the right path, and you want to help. See, a lot of times I'm really, really big in Africa. And I have 34 countries in Africa. And a lot of the poor people, when introduced to the Be Fantastic philosophy, our mission, the kindness revolution, they'll say, what's in it for me? And yes, I want people like you that say, how can I help? Now, before we go any further, I forgot to ask, I ask everyone on this program, on this podcast. The first question is, what does happiness mean to you? How do you define happiness?
Yes, absolutely. This is such a wonderful question, and such a. I think it is not as easy as it seems. Happiness is quite, I think, subjective, and it is open for interpretation to each and every individual. Each and everyone defines happiness as per with accordance to their prior knowledge, as per with accordance to their social encounters. Social levels, social stratifications, and particularly in terms of temporal assets, and how material benefits, So I think we can link happiness with temporal assets and along with spiritual satisfaction as well. So I think happiness, as per with my limited information and knowledge, so happiness is when you are satisfied doing something, or I think when at least happiness is when something gives pleasure to you, as long as you are doing, as long as you are attached to that particular activity. If it helps you, if it satisfies you, if it gives you a purpose of happiness, a sense of purpose, so I think that will be a comprehensive definition of happiness as per my limited knowledge.
That's very, very well put. And that's what we're here on the planet to be happy. And if you're no one's gonna make you happy. People can bring you happiness, but it's up to you to be happy. And I'm on a mission to tell people to think positively. With positive
Yes.
thinking leads to happiness. I think kindness leads to happiness. Being kind to yourself, others, and Mother Earth is, of course, the ultimate answer to all the ills of society of our planet. What did you do today? Because it's in the afternoon in Karachi. I think you're in Karachi right now.
I'm in Haripur right now.
Not but you're going to Karachi. What did you do today to make you happy?
Oh, yeah, it's once again very good questions. And it was Friday today, and I just sit together with my friends and my undergraduate fellows and just talk to them about different human circumstances, about different human activities. And I help them, in minute activities. Happiness is not about a bundle of pile of works. Happiness is the combination of very little and minute things. When you do a very little thing to others, so as you just mentioned, a sense of kindness to others, and other feels a love, affection, that another person is exuding this kindness to me, so they becomes quite sensible, and there becomes a sense of compatibility, a sense of understanding due to the prevailing kindness. So I think these things do count, and it does all matters. So I just talked to my friends, I just spent some time with them, and it was wonderful to have interaction with them, asking about different activities and how they are living their life, and how can we integrate a sense of purpose in our lives, and how should we overcome all these problems, through kindness and a message of love, message of peace, and message of affection, and message of kindness. So I think life is fantastic after all, and we must be fantastic in our day-to-day activities.
Well, it's music to my ears when people like yourself speak like that. And I'm happy to appoint you as director in Pakistan. And I'm happy that you're going to take on that role, that responsibility, and inspire your friends to be admin, because an admin really just inviting people to their group so they can hear about the three commitments. Because we have over 2,100 videos on Be Fantastic YouTube channel. We've got 4 websites, all filled with positivity and kindness and love. We don't talk, well, on this particular podcast, we could talk about religion, politics, anything. But on the Be Fantastic YouTube channel, we don't talk politics, we don't talk religion, and we don't talk business. But we do have groups for people that want to talk about those things. because people have to
Yes,
make
absolutely.
money. For years, people said, can I promote my business on your network? Because we're in 143 countries. And I said, no, because it's not about business. But then I realized, if I can help everyone with exposure to their NGO, their charity, their business, I'll create a group for that. And now we have Business is Fantastic. And we also promote the charities on the foundationforworldharmony.org. And it's all about, I mean, I really think there's a lot of problems in the world, and there are, and everyone knows there are. I don't have to talk about them too much. But the three commitments quite literally solve all mankind's problems because it's science. Saying the word fantastic makes you smile. And what I do here,
Yes, exactly. Yes.
I'm in Antigua right now on my 5-year journey around the world to spread kindness. And I'll walk up to someone who doesn't speak English as I pass them, because I look in everyone's eyes as I pass them and I smile. And that forces them
Yeah.
to smile typically. And I'll say in Spanish, que tengas un día fantástico. And I'll say that in English to English speaking people, which means have a fantastic day. And
Yeah.
that forces a smile, which is, if you're in college, you know that a smile releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, which release
Yeah.
stress,
Correct.
anxiety, and depression. So
Yes.
saying the word fantastic is quite remarkable. I just released last week what I call the Kindness Challenge. And I challenge anyone to say, I am fantastic 3 times a day for the next 30 days. I
Yeah.
guarantee them that their disposition, their point of view will change because it's called, as you might know, manifestation. If you say out
Yeah.
loud, I'm a loser 3 times a day, that will become what you are. As Rene
Exactly. Yes.
Descartes once said, the French philosopher, I think, therefore I am. If you think you're
Yes,
beautiful,
definitely.
fantastic, and happy, you will be. And that's my mission on this podcast is to get people to think that they're happy. There's a saying, fake it till you make it. Pretend you're happy,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. This is wonderful. This is wonderful account. I think there is one saying that to believe is to become, as you just very precisely and very exquisitely define that the way we speak anything, the way we utter anything, these what we say that becomes our thoughts. They become the real manifestation of our life. So I think whatever we believe, we definitely become that things, and whatever we want to see ourselves in the current position, definitely that will become a reflection of our future life. So this is wonderful, as you just mentioned, Rene Descartes famous lines, I think therefore I am. So if we just utter all these three commitments, I think that this will bring happiness and joy and smile on everybody lives. And I think this is quite crucial, that the purpose of our life in this universe is to make other people smiley. And how much wonderful it will be if someone become smiley just because of me, if I'm kind to them, and if I'm just saying that have a fantastic day, and have a wonderful day, and if it brings happiness and smile to the other face, so it will be wonderful. And I think I'll be living a purposeful life, that I am just exuding and making other people happy, and making them smiley each and every single day.
And that I made it so simple. The three commitments. I mean, like I say, that there's 10 commandments, and I don't care how religious you are. It's tough for you to recite the 10 commandments, to remember them all. So 3 commitments. I actually used to have 4 commitments, and for at least 2 years, it was the fourth commitment was say kind words, because words matter. Words affect water. We are water, right? And then I realized, and no one ever pointed this out, but you don't say kind words to your coffee in the morning. Oh, coffee, you are fantastic,
Yeah.
right? You
Wonderful.
say kind words to people and animals.
Yeah.
So that's commitment 2, being kind to others. It's a random act of kindness to tell someone to have a fantastic day because you forced them to smile. And
Yeah.
I also recommend that when someone says, how are you? Because I don't know if you know this, and I don't think I've said this on this program yet, but do you know where the question that you get asked every single day of your life, and for the rest of your life, how are you, right? Do you know where that question
Yeah.
comes from?
Yes, I think this is very a basic question you've asked, and a wonderful question that from where does this question that how are you come from? I think these are in the very intrinsic nature of human beings. You know, whenever we encounter anybody, the first and foremost question that has been asked that how are you? And I think this is the very basic tenets that why we ask this question from other people whenever we encounter for the very first time. That this is this shows the importance, you know, why we say that how are you. I think we feel that another person maybe he's sad or how he's feeling physically, how he's feeling spiritually, how he's feeling mentally, and the purpose that by asking how are you, that how to make them happy and how to bring a sense of happiness, how to bring a sense of purpose on their faces. So I think uh, by asking how are you, I think the another person
Okay, well,
must ask that.
I'm going to give you a history lesson now, as I'm going to give the audience. Now, today, unfortunately, it's really a greeting. It's not really a question because most people don't have time to hear the answer. Of course, when your mother says, "How are you?" she cares and she wants to hear the answer. But we use it as a greeting now. And I believe in some cultures, they say, "Have you eaten today?" They don't say, "How are you?" They say, "Have you eaten today?" But let me give you the history of the question, "How are you?" It's about 673 years old, and it came out during the
Oh,
Black Plague, the bubonic plague, and it
oh,
wasn't asked;
yeah.
it was shouted from a great distance. So they would yell out, "Muhammad, how are you?" to find out if they had the plague or not. Because as you might know, 200 million people died from the plague, and if you got close to them, you died as well. So you'd yell out, "How are you?" And there was only two answers back then. They either yelled out, "I've got it," which meant don't come near me, or they yelled out,
Yeah,
"I'm well." The correct answer to how are you is I'm well. I don't have the plague. So that's the history of how are you.
definitely.
But today
Oh, wonderful.
it's just, it's a greeting, and it's a waste of breath, in my opinion. Um, and of course, when I really encourage people to, when they say goodbye, to say, "Have a fantastic day." And in business, if you say "Have a fantastic day" in business, people remember you. And I stopped asking about 5,000 people. After 5,000 people, I said, "Have you ever met someone in your life that when you first met them and you said, 'How are you?' they said, 'I'm fantastic'?" Now, let me ask you,
Yeah.
Bob, have you ever met someone in your life when you first asked them how they were, they said they're fantastic? Do you remember?
Oh, I think I don't remember that whenever I
Okay.
encounter
Now, the
anybody.
reason you
Yeah.
don't remember is because it never happened. Now, after asking
Yeah.
5,000 people this question, only 112 ever said yes. And of those 112, they never, ever forgot that person. I'm talking about decades later. They may not remember their name, but they'll remember that they met a person that said, "I'm fantastic," when they
Yeah.
greeted them. That's pretty amazing. So in business, I think it's fantastic to say that. In personal relationships, you want to impress a girl? She says, "How are you?" Look at her and say, "I am fan freaking tastic." They're not going to doubt you, and they may laugh. If a girl laughs when you said, "I'm fantastic," that's the best first line. I mean, because a woman is never going to forget the first thing you say to her. You may end up dating her for a few months. You may end up marrying her for the rest of your life, but she will never forget the first words out of your mouth. And the first word shouldn't be, "Where are you from?" Right? Or a
Yeah.
great
This
first
is
line is, "You look fantastic." When I say that to women,
yes.
they love that shit.
I think this is a wonderful and fantastic elaboration you just mentioned, and I think these do count, and these all these things does matter. And I think the word "fantastic" is appealing to human senses, and it's wonderful to have encounter for the very first time and asking, as you just mentioned, a very beautiful sentence that I am freaking fantastic. So
Yes.
this is wonderful.
Yes, it is. It spreads energy, positivity, kindness, and love. Now, as an ambassador to Pakistan and the director now, I highly encourage us to reach out to the schools and have them recite what I call now the Global Kindness Pledge. Have you heard about this yet?
Yes, Global Kindness Pledge. Yes.
Do you know how it goes?
No, I just heard about it, but
Okay.
I don't know
You're
it.
going to repeat after me, and this is what I encourage the schools to do: is
Yeah,
the
sure.
teachers is before class and after class, because this builds self-confidence. It creates it fosters camaraderie in the group. It could be a sports group, it could be a church, it could be a school. It spreads energy. It teaches the value of the word fantastic, and it makes them aware of our environmental concerns. So here's how it goes. You're going to feel the power of this. So repeat after
Yeah,
me,
sure.
Mohammed. I pledge to be kind to
I pledge to be kind to
and love myself.
and love myself.
By the way, everyone listening, please do this as well. You're going to feel the power of this. I pledge to be kind to
I pledge to be kind to
and strive to love all others.
and strive to love all others.
I pledge to be kind to
I pledge to be kind to
love and respect our Mother Earth.
love and respect our Mother Earth.
We are all fantastic.
We are all fantastic.
You are fantastic.
You are fantastic.
I am fantastic.
I am fantastic.
Imagine for a minute, Mohammed, if every child and every person for that matter looks in the mirror or in the classroom, says that, because when you do it in a group, it creates an amazing amount of energy. But to look in the mirror each day and say that, what is that going to foster? It's going to create a harmonious and fantastic future, because we're going back to manifestation.
Yes, absolutely. I think this is, we need to understand the appealing senses of all these words you just mentioned. And I think I'll just start my initiative with my fellows, my friends, and I'll do it in my class as well. And I think, as you just mentioned, the very beautiful demonstration of the word manifestation, that all these words, these manifest a sense of happiness and a sense of kindness, as these words exude lots of happiness. And I think this is wonderful.
Well, words matter. I mean, words can destroy. You heard of the Kyoto water study, right?
Yes.
Well, that's scientific proof that words affect us. Words affect water. Words affect plants. They also did a study where they put a photograph in water and froze it, and the water emulated the photograph. Water has properties we're just learning about. It's amazing. And of course, it's the second most important element on the planet next to oxygen. And of course, just thinking about water, people don't respect it. I mean, they don't, we take things for granted. You turn on the faucet and water comes out. Now, when the electricity goes out, as you know, there's no water because there's nothing to pump it. So, and then you kind of really respect it when you don't have it, Well,
yeah.
There's so many problems in the world, and they can be solved for our future. We can solve problems, but they're not profitable on the short term. Do you know what a CME is? Coronal mass ejection?
No.
Well, in nature, there's the sun emits solar flares, as you know. They also emit coronal mass ejections. These are huge things that in the 1800s we had one, and it quite literally knocked out all the electricity on the planet. Luckily, the only electrical things we had back then was the telegraph. So we repaired it in a few months. Imagine if that happens today, if the electricity goes out. It's the worst disaster mankind would ever have experienced. But we can protect that by investing in protecting the grid from a CME, which is going to happen eventually one day, right? But it's going to cost trillions of dollars to protect the grid, but there's no profit in it today.
Yeah.
There's profit in it that mankind will survive, because mankind won't survive if we get hit again. And in 2012, you remember they were calling for the end of the world in 2012? I don't know if you remember that. There was a big thing going around that the end of the world was coming. There was a prophecy. Well, guess what? Most people don't know this, but we missed the end of the world by about 10 days. What happened was we had the orbit of our planet, and here's the sun over here, and it shot out a CME, and we moved out of the path of the CME by 10 days. Had it hit 10 days earlier, all electricity on the planet would be eliminated. And that, of course, brings us back to the Stone Age because there's no way to communicate. There's no water. There's no refrigeration. There's no food. There's no nothing, and we're on our own. So to be kind to yourself and is to know what can befall, to be self-reliant, to
Yes.
have a source of water, to have seeds stocked, to have supply stocked, because you have to you can only rely on yourself in life. I mean, people like me that are trying to help with education, because education is well, I always say the more you know, the easier your life is, and the more valuable you are to others. So I've got 5 years of videos and blogs and articles on how to be happy, how to be successful, how to be kind, but nobody will read it because they're too busy trying to make a buck, I think is what it is.
I think this is, I'm so happy at least that people, at least I've found people like you, that they are just spreading a message of peace, a message of kindness, a message of love, a message of understanding. And as you just mentioned, that we cannot expect any unexpected things. It can come at any time. So we must be self-sufficient, and we must be self-reliant, and we must be prepared and equipped for any unexpected situation which can come at any time. So this is wonderful. And your message of passion, your message of being fantastic, it's wonderful. And I'm so happy and I'm delighted and I'm looking forward to it. And let's thrive and bring smiley faces everywhere around us. And it will be a wonderful to try and make a purpose of living, and make other people love each other and be kind to each other, and be fantastic after all.
Well, I released yesterday the kindness class curriculum, and I'm encouraging children to recite it in class. It's about a half hour long. It could be, if you interact with the class or the group, it could be hours long because you're asking people to react to all the different information that's being expelled in the kindness class curriculum. And basically, so now you as director, I want you to start forming city groups, even if there's no one in it but you and me, and then we'll find people that are in those cities like Karachi and other. Well, we have a Karachi group already. To get at least 10% of what you get, or it really is a very little amount of effort to be an admin and really to be a director. Because if you, with all these groups that you form in Pakistan, you're going to put them in a community, a WhatsApp community. So really, you only have to, it's 3 seconds a day to forward the daily quote or videos that you like that I'm producing to your community, which goes out to all the groups in Pakistan. Now, as admin, you want to have a friend that says, I can invite my family. Even if everyone just invites their sister or their brother or their mother or their friend to a group, and we have 10,000 groups with 5 people in each, that's 50,000 people. Because the more people we have in our kindness revolution, the kinder it will grow. And there'll be a point where people, we're a team. I need your ideas. I need all the directors' ideas. I need all the admins' ideas. And I need all the ambassadors' ideas on how we can make this bigger, better, because everybody wins. This isn't for profit. This isn't a commercial venture. And that's one of the problems, Mohammed, is it's free. Humans don't respect free because there's no inherent value. You know that it's true. You go to a party, they give you a free beer, you drink half of it, put it down, and you go get another one at the other part of it. If you bought that beer, you would drink the whole thing. It's just human nature. Free doesn't make sense to them. And so I'm fighting an uphill battle by giving away the kindness class, by giving away we have an anti-bullying poster. We've got so much information out there that I forgot how much I've created. You know what I'm saying? But it's there. If I pass away tomorrow, so hopefully some people will carry the torch. Um, and we could die anytime. I had a fantastic life, Mohammed. I really had a blessed life. I think I don't think like most people. I have a book. I published a book. By the way, I don't know if you know any of your students or your people, but I've written a book. I'm looking for a publisher. It's called How to Be a Fantastic Person. I've written it. I'm looking for an editor. I'm also looking for someone to help me go the next level of the kindness class with slides and the whole 9 yards. But anyway, it's a group effort. We're a team. I'm doing this without any money, which is pretty phenomenal that I've gone this far without money. Now I've got this the complete guide to happiness, which I think is reaching these interviews I've been having, by the way. This interview here, I love this interview. I mean, I love the things you're saying, and I hope people will watch them, but no one's going to take the time to, I don't know, we've been talking for half an hour or so. People just don't have the time, I guess. I don't know. But there are a few that do, and Mohammed, we can't help everyone, especially the ones that don't see the value in kindness. We don't want them in our group. We don't want them in our community. We would hope that one day they see the value of kindness, and because it's like karma. I mean, I think karma is a big thing in Pakistan. So I've done enough talking. Tell me about Pakistan, what you love about Pakistan, what people should know about Pakistan that are listening.
Yeah, that's
Changing
thank
the
you.
subject.
Yeah,
Is-
thank you for
Is
asking this question.
Pakistani generally a happy people? Is the country safe to visit? Tell me about your country and your city.
Yeah. Yeah, Pakistan is, Pakistan is a diverse country. It's a home of so many diverse cultures, so many diverse people from different communities, and it's a safest country, and it's a best place to visit. Best hospitable people. This is very much very key and core value of Pakistan. That people of Pakistan, the country of Pakistan, is very much hospitable. And whenever people from different countries around the world visit Pakistan, particularly when they travel to the metropolitan and urban cities, so they do enjoy each and every bit of it, and every moment of it they enjoy. And people are so much hospitable that even whatever amount of time they're living in Pakistan, either that is in days or weeks or months or years, the Pakistani people, they just don't take money from them and consider them as their guests. And so a sense of friendship prevails, a sense of kindness, that people of Pakistan, they are lovely people, they are kind people, they're expecting, they're accepting people from each and every country of the world, and there's a sheer understanding, between people. So this is so fantastic about my country, Pakistan.
Well, I hope to visit it because my goal is to travel the world and give speeches to the schools, meet with my directors, meet with my admin, and just keep spreading the word. I'm I've met so many fantastic people on this journey. We've got 10 as of today, 10,101 ambassadors of kindness as of today. Every day people are introducing it to their friends, and it's growing organically. We don't have a big campaign out there. And I call it the world's best kept secret.
Yeah. Wonderful. That's fantastic. And I think let's make it happier. Let's make it fantastic, and let's work together and spread this mission of kindness. And
Well, you had some ideas before we got on the interview on how to spread it. I think you have a lot of students. You know what? I think students I think teachers and I think doctors and clergy get it quicker than most because they're givers.
Yeah.
Um, teachers especially, I love teachers because they're not doing it for the money. They're doing it to help mankind, to spread knowledge. And there's another thing I want to throw out to everyone here. There's a one of our ambassadors in Cairo created a program called e-learning, and
E-learn.
it's a fantastic program. It's free, and what you do is you don't need a college degree. You just need to be an expert or very knowledgeable in your field, and you can teach that. Whether you're a car mechanic or you know how to carve wood, it doesn't really matter what, because there's someone out there that wants to learn that, and that student, that person pays for that particular class, and that company e-learning takes a percentage. So it doesn't cost you anything to sign up, to start, charge whatever you want. You can do it for free if you wanted, but of course people need to make money. And then the student only doesn't have, they can sign up for free and they only pay for the courses that they want. And you can do it live, you can do it recorded. So I think it's a great, because we have so many fantastic ambassadors that have great inventions. I represent a few of them that are, I mean, I'm blessed to have met on this journey and in my life so many incredible people. I know billionaires, I know heads of state, I know inventors, scientists, bishops and queens, and all kind of fantastic people in this group. So I'm interviewing one a week or two. This particular week is two, and it's going to take about 300 years if no one else joins to interview everyone, because everyone has a fantastic story.
Yeah, doctor, that is so fantastic.
And I want you to keep thinking, put your brain cap on, how can we, because you're in charge of Pakistan now, you could do anything you want in Pakistan to grow the group, to create more groups, to spread the word. Maybe you know a journalist, maybe you know a celebrity, maybe you know someone in government, because I've got a speech I wrote to the United Nations. I don't know if you read it or not, but one day I hope to read it in front of the United Nations. But what I'm doing now is I'm sending it to individuals, because to get to the individual is more important than to get to the leaders.
Yeah, that is so fantastic. As you mentioned that you just written a very comprehensive speech for the United Nations, and you want to deliver that particular message to the world parliament and people from different world. That is so fantastic and so wonderful. And I'm very much delighted and looking forward to it. And I would invite you to visit Pakistan as well. It will be wonderful to have you and to meet you and spread this message of kindness together. And it's wonderful. And I'm very much looking forward to all these things and particularly to get interacted with you more easily, more conveniently, and meeting people like you. I'm quite hopeful that this I'll get connect with more people as well, and it's wonderful. And doctor, you are absolutely fantastic, and I'm so happy to have you, and looking forward to it.
Well, we're all connected somehow or other. Like you, I'd love to get to the Pakistani government, and I guarantee you, you're probably only 3 away from one of the top officials, because you know someone who knows someone who knows someone, and
Yes.
if they're all willing to become an ambassador of kindness, because I quite frankly won't do any business or associate with people that don't follow the 3 commitments, because that's the solution. And I'm so happy to have you as our new director in Pakistan. Thank you for your time. Let's communicate more often. You're going to be put in a group called Directors Are Fantastic. That's where we all network. We all come up with plans and ideas. You're in charge of Pakistan. Do whatever you like in that country to spread the word. It's not for profit. It's for our future, this program.
Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor. Fantastic, and I'm thankful that you just place this trust in me, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'll just initiate and start this mission of purpose and this mission of fantastic, and this mission after all kindness and letting other people to be happy and smiley each and every single day.
Have a fantastic evening. Call anytime. I'm there for you. Any questions you have. I'll start sending you some more information, because I don't think you have all the information you need. As far as, I've got videos on how to be an admin and how to be a director, and ways to, reach out to your community. Thank you, my friend. Have a
Thank you.
fantastic
Thank you.
weekend. By the way, I call Fridays Fantastic Fridays.
Yeah, have a fantastic morning.
I call Mondays Motivational Mondays, Tuesdays Terrific Tuesdays, Wednesday Wonderful Wednesdays. Thursday, I got a name for everything. Just be positive.
Yeah.
But nothing but positive thoughts in your mind. Get rid of negative people, negative thinking, because they're cancerous to your health. I can speak for hours on how to be kind to yourself, others, and the planet, and you'll find all those thousands of videos on Be Fantastic YouTube. Thank you, my friend.
That's so fantastic.
Welcome aboard. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Make every day fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Be Fantastic channel, where you will find many fantastic interviews with amazing people.
Visit the top world museums,
Incredible zoos,
beautiful national parks.
special events, and much more.
These videos are designed to educate,
Inspire.
motivate, and entertain you.
We hope you will enjoy them.
Join the Be Fantastic philosophy.
Please subscribe.
Like and share.
Did you enjoy those two interviews? I certainly did. There's a lot to learn from every one of our ambassadors, and I hope you're learning a little bit from each one of them. They each have a different view on happiness, and that's fantastic. So now it's time for another episode of Dr. Fantastic Cooks, where I give away my favorite recipes from my travels around the world. I mean, digging in my bag, I'll pull out something from Africa, because I haven't been to Pakistan yet, but I did live in Africa. So let me pull out one of my African cooking episodes. Enjoy, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Welcome to another episode of Dr. Fantastic Cooks. And you don't always need a stove to cook. I've made chicken salad, I made chef salad, I made tuna salads. Those are fantastic and healthy meals. Last week, I prepared ceviche, which is cooked in lemon juice. And today I'm I'm preparing steak tartare. Oh my goodness. And I found the best steak tartare, and this episode is brought to you by Point Market, the newest market in all of Sharm el Sheikh. It's state of the art. It's fantastic. The best beef I've found in all of Egypt and in a year. It's fantastic. And as you know, I only represent the best of the best. The fantastic products, fantastic companies, and fantastic people. And Point Market has asked me to be their brand ambassador, and I wouldn't have been it unless they were fantastic. So today I'm going to prepare steak tartare, which needs the best beef. Get filet mignon and ground it up. A lot of people like to chop it up into little pieces for their steak tartare. Grinding it is fine with me. But the two most important ingredients in cooking is having fun and having a cocktail while you're cooking. And the third is get your family in the kitchen. Teach your kids how to cook. Teach your wife or husband how to cook. And have a cold beer on 100-degree heat when you're in Egypt. To Point Market, they are fantastic. And they're right across the street. You can't beat that. So I'm going to start with about a half a pound of ground beef. It's delicious. I'm going to put up 1 egg yolk in it. A pound would take 2. Okay. So what you do is you only want the yolk, so you have to drain off the white. And you do that by bouncing the yolk back and forth like that. Okay. Get all that white out. And here you go. Boom. She's in there. Throw the shell away. In about a half a pound, I'm going to put, I like onions, so I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of, and you use shallots. Most of the other recipes call for shallots, but I'm going to put in red onions because it looks like shallots and it tastes delicious. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of capers. I was really lucky to find capers. Now, this is the Egyptian recipe, of course, and it calls for either a dry mustard or a Dijon, and I couldn't find that. So I'm going to go with yellow, a little yellow. It's not going to ruin it. For spice, I'm putting in jalapenos. Again, the first time I found jalapenos was at Point Market. A nice big jar of spicy jalapenos. Now I'm going to put in, I'm thinking 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I never usually measure, but today I felt like measuring. I'll usually just pour it. You know, cooking, for me, is not a precise science. Baking is a precise science. I don't bake too much. And then it calls for a vinegar. I'm going to go with balsamic vinegar. 1 tablespoon of that. Calls for salt and pepper. I don't have any pepper, and that's life. It calls for mustard. And I'm just going to give a little, I want to give a half a teaspoon of mustard. Now, when you prepare like my guacamole, you don't smush things. Food has feelings. So you never want to smush things and put them in blenders like mashed potatoes and grind the hell out of it. You want it to have some consistency. So in this, you're going to toss it. You're going to toss it around. You're not going to mix it all up. And then you're going to form round patties. And I'm going to have French fries with it. And it's delicious. I mean, I actually eat ground beef without anything, just with salt. It's delicious. I know it's a raw cow. And for you vegetarians, this isn't your recipe. But for people who love meat, on a hot day, steak tartare is fantastic. Then you want to take this, and you always want to serve it cold, nice and cold, so it's everything's room temperature. You want to put it in the fridge for a while and get it nice and cold. And of course, the taste test. There it goes. Maybe I put in a little bit too much olive oil. So go back to 1 tablespoon of olive oil. But it's delicious olive oil, so, and a little bit more salt. Now let me try it. It's fantastic. Thanks for watching. Now, today is September 12th, 2021. A year ago yesterday, I was in New York for the 19th anniversary of the horrific accident, or not accident, terrorism attack on America. September 11, 2001. And yesterday they had some nice tributes, as they do. So it was a somber occasion in Pennsylvania, around the world, around the country, in New York. But it was also a fantastic day for teenagers. Two teenagers were in the finals of women's tennis. As you know, I taught my sons to be pros, and they had fantastic careers. So tennis is a fantastic sport to get your kids into. And so England is reveling in the fact that they have a teenage champion. She won the U.S. Open, and first time in 44 years. Teenager, she never dropped a set. That's pretty fantastic. So tennis is a fantastic sport. Cooking is a fantastic thing to do. Eating is even more fantastic. And being kind is the most fantastic. Yesterday I interviewed the founder of Choose Kindness Foundation. Fantastic guy, Doug. So I'm going to be working with a lot of great organizations in the future here as I travel around the world, spreading kindness. So, and keep in mind that on November 13th, 2021, 2 months from now, we're going to be having a worldwide webcast, 12 hours of kindness. And you can call in, you can sing for us, you can tell jokes, you can play your band, whatever you like. Tell us kind stories, acts of kindness, all kind of fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. I'll be sending out emails. And if you're not on my email list, please do get on it. drfantastic@befantastictoday.com. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and get cooking.
La la la, I am fantastic.
Overpopulated cities around the world have caused people to become a greedy, selfish, and litigious society. Would you like to be happier, live longer, never be forgotten, and help make the world a kinder, more civil place? It's actually easier than you think. Every day you're asked, how are you? Instead of saying good,
Say, I am fantastic. It will make you look better, feel great, and reduce your stress. Making the world a better place starts with each person. Please join the Be Fantastic movement today. What you want to be, you can be. Be fantastic.
I met Dr. Fantastic along this way, and I heard him say, you gotta say, I am fantastic, la la la, I am fantastic.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those two interviews. I thought they were fantastic. It's great to have such a wonderful help in this fantastic mission of mine to make the world happier and a kinder place. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it if it's making you happy. And if you're doing things that are making you sad, stop doing that. So have a happy week. I'll see you next week. Please like, subscribe, share, and let's make this world a happier place and, of course, a kinder place. See you next week.
I met Dr. Fantastic along life's way, and I heard him say, you gotta say, I am fantastic, la la la, I am fantastic. You can feel it if you say it. It ain't a game. You gotta learn how to play it. Fantastic, fantastic. Just listen to the doctor. He's a rocker. He walks around all day. He ain't plastic. He's not sarcastic. He says, I am fantastic.